Matt Roloff, the patriarch of the Roloff family, has just announced that he's putting a chunk of the family farm up for sale. Again. Yep, you heard that right. And if you're thinking, wait, didn't he try to sell it before? You'd be 100% correct, my friend. Matt made the announcement earlier this week in an exclusive interview with People magazine. I literally gasped when I saw the headline pop up on my feed. The 63-year-old reality star is listing 16 acres of the 109-acre property located in Helvetia, Oregon for a whopping $2,895,000. That's almost $3 million, you guys. And get this, the listing includes that gorgeous 5,373 square foot farmhouse we've all seen on the show. You know, the one with all those amazing memories? The one that's basically been the backdrop for most of the show's 25 seasons? I'm not crying, you're crying. Honestly though, I've got some thoughts about this whole situation. But first, let me know what you think about Matt's decision in the comments below. Do you think he's making the right move here? In his interview with People, Matt got pretty sentimental, saying, "Roloff Farm and the original farmhouse has been a monumental part of my life for over 30 years. This legacy property was shared with millions of you around the world through Little People, Big World. It holds some of the most magical memories and will forever live deep in my heart." Okay, but here's where things get interesting. This isn't Matt's first rodeo when it comes to trying to sell the farm. Cast your minds back to May 2022. That's when he first put the property on the market for around $4 million. But guess what? No buyers. Not a single one came forward to purchase the property at that price. And that, my friends, is where all the family drama began to unfold in a way that honestly made my jaw drop. You see, the Roloff kids, especially Zach, had always hoped to take over the family business someday. I mean, wouldn't you? Growing up on that beautiful farm, learning the ropes from your dad, seeing all the potential. It just makes sense, right? But when Matt decided to sell instead of passing it down to his children, things got ugly. And I mean ugly with a capital U. Zach, who's now 34, absolutely went off on his dad. He called Matt a manipulator, a liar, and even a narcissist.
Can you believe that?
I'm talking full-on family feud, public accusations, the works. I still remember reading Zach's comment online after Matt tried to explain why he was selling. Zach wrote, like he has for most of his life, "My father is not taking responsibility for his own actions and blaming others, dragging the family drama that he created and then manipulate the fan base to make himself come out okay." This post hits a new shocking low of cowardice and manipulation of his family and kids for his own gain. Yikes. I mean, yikes. Those are some seriously harsh words from son to father, don't you think? When I first read that, I was literally clutching my pearls. For those who might not know the full history here, and honestly, there's a lot, Matt once shared the property with his ex-wife Amy Roloff and their 4 children, twins Jeremy and Zach, who are now 34, daughter Molly, 31, and son Jacob, 28. The farm was basically the setting for their entire lives, both on and off camera. But after Matt and Amy's divorce, well, things got complicated. That happens sometimes, right? Relationships change, priorities shift, and suddenly what seemed like a straightforward family legacy becomes this tangled web of emotions, expectations, and yes, sometimes disappointment. In his recent interview with People, Matt addressed some of these family tensions, saying, "Yes, I had truly hoped that the entire farm would remain in the family forever, but life happened and that was not meant to be. My kids each have their own wonderful lives, some with their own farms, projects, and their own individual dreams, which I honor and am so proud of." That sounds nice and all, but let's be real, there's definitely still some unresolved tension there. I can practically feel it through the screen. And I'm sure many of you watching who've dealt with family disputes over property or inheritance can relate on some level. It's wild to think about how long this show has been on the air, by the way. Little People, Big World first premiered in, wait for it, 2006. That's almost 2 decades ago. People, some of you watching might have literally grown up alongside the Roloff kids. The show has aired 25 seasons, which is honestly an incredible achievement in the world of reality TV. But here's another interesting twist to the story. About a year ago, Zach and his wife Tori decided to leave the show. They just walked away from it all. And Matt later commented that he'd be fine if the show never aired again. Talk about a plot twist. In fact, from what I've gathered, and you know your girl Julie always does her research, TLC hasn't announced any plans to renew Little People, Big World for season 26. So this could really be the end of an era in more ways than one. After Matt failed to sell the farm back in 2022, he tried to pivot and turn it into a short-term vacation rental. At the time, he said, "It's been incredibly rewarding to see others fall in love with the land just like we did. While I recently finished my new home on the adjacent 80 acres, where I will continue to homestead, the time feels right to pass the torch." Which makes me wonder, is that vacation rental business not working out? Is that why he's trying to sell again? I'm seriously so curious about the behind-the-scenes reasoning here. Now, Matt did offer some explanation for why he's putting the property back on the market. He told People, "As I approach my 64th birthday, this old grandpa has learned that less is truly more. These days, I find joy in life's simpler blessings, spending time with my precious grandchildren, focusing on a new, exciting TV project, and soaking up the Arizona sunshine." Hang on, did you catch that? A new, exciting TV project. What could that possibly be? Is Matt getting his own spin-off show? Is he joining another reality series? Is he producing something completely different? My mind is racing with possibilities right now. Also, Arizona sunshine? Sounds like Matt might be planning to spend more time at his vacation home in Arizona. Maybe he's thinking of making a more permanent move there? Life changes, people change, priorities shift, especially as we get older. But here's what I'm really wondering. Has the price drop from $4 million to $2.9 million made the property more attractive to potential buyers? That's a significant reduction. Over $1 million. Is Matt getting desperate to sell? Or is he just being more realistic about the market value? And what about the remaining 93 acres of the farm? What are Matt's plans for that land? Will he keep it? Sell it separately? Leave it to his children in his will? So many questions. I'm also curious about how Amy feels about all of this. She sold her portion of the farm to Matt after their divorce, but surely she must have some emotional attachment to the place where she raised her children. Has she commented on Matt's decision to sell? If any of you have seen something from Amy about this, drop it in the comments below. Speaking of the comment section, I want to hear your thoughts on this whole situation. Are you Team Matt or Team Zach? Do you think Matt should have tried harder to keep the farm in the family? Or do you think he has every right to sell his property and move on with his life? The debate is heated on this one, folks. Honestly, I've been following the Roloffs for years now, and I've seen the ups and downs of their family dynamics. It's fascinating how a piece of land can cause so much tension within a family, but I guess that's just how it goes sometimes, especially when that land is tied to a family business and a hit TV show. Wait, I just had a thought. What if one of the Roloff children ends up buying the property? Wouldn't that be a plot twist? Maybe Jeremy and his wife Audrey? They've been pretty entrepreneurial with their books and podcasts. Or maybe Jacob, the youngest? From what I've seen on social media, he seems to have a strong connection to farm life. Or perhaps, and this would be the ultimate twist, what if Zach and Tori decide to put aside their differences with Matt and purchase the farm after all? Can you imagine the reunion episode that would make? TLC would probably greenlight season 26 in a heartbeat. But realistically, $2.9 million is a lot of money, even for reality TV stars. I'm not sure any of the Roloff children are in a position to make that kind of investment right now, especially considering the ongoing costs of maintaining such a large property.
Oh,
Another interesting angle I just thought of, what about pumpkin season? The Roloff Farm is famous for its annual pumpkin patch and festival, which has been a huge attraction for fans of the show and locals alike. What happens to that tradition if the farm is sold to someone outside the family? Will it continue under new ownership? Will Matt still be involved in some way? These are the questions that keep me up at night, you guys. I'm literally obsessed with figuring out all the angles of this story. Let's also not forget that the farm isn't just a piece of real estate, it's a piece of reality TV history. So many iconic moments from Little People, big world, happened on that property. The weddings, the births, the family gatherings, the arguments, all of it captured for our entertainment over the years. In a way, it feels like the potential sale of the farm represents the end of an era not just for the Roloff family, but for reality TV as a whole. Little People, Big World was one of the pioneering shows that focused on a family affected by dwarfism, and it helped bring awareness to the challenges and joys of their lives. I think that's why so many fans are feeling emotional about this news. It's not just about a piece of property changing hands. It's about saying goodbye to a place that feels familiar to millions of viewers around the world. But at the same time, change is inevitable, right? People grow up, families evolve, priorities shift. Maybe it's time for the Roloffs to move on to the next chapter of their lives, both individually and collectively. Oh, and before I forget, I've been hearing some interesting rumors about potential buyers for the property. Nothing confirmed yet, but if you want me to make a follow-up video exploring those rumors, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and commenting more Roloff TA down below. Alright, I think we've covered pretty much every angle of this story for now. If any new developments come up, you know I'll be the first to bring them to you. That's what I do. I keep you in the loop on all the latest celebrity and reality TV drama. It's been so much fun diving into this topic with you today. Thank you for watching and sticking with me until the end. Okay, now I'm really signing off. Love you guys.
Thank